You found a home you love and West Hills. Now what? If you're a first-time home buyer, this is the moment where the excitement kicks in and so does the anxiety. Do I offer asking, over asking? What if I lose it? What if I overpay? In today's video, I'm breaking down exactly what happens after you find the one. How to write a strong offer, which terms actually matter, and what to expect once your offer is submitted. I'm Rosi Agopian, a real estate broker with Beverly & Company, and this is part 3 of my First-Time Homebuyer Series. If you missed part 1 and 2, don't worry, this will still make sense, but I'll link those below right here so you can watch the full series in order. Let's do a quick recap. In part 1, we talked about getting ready to buy, your finances, pre-approval, and what you should have in place before you start house hunting. In part 2, we went through how to shop smart, how to tour homes, what red flags to look for, and how to separate nice to have from must have. Today, you've done all that work and finally found a home you love. So let's talk about step 1. Confirming your numbers before you write an offer, right here. Before we talk price or strategy, I always have my buyers reconnect with their lender. You want to double check 3 things. Your maximum comfortable monthly payment, not just what you technically qualify for. Your interest rate and how it looks with today's numbers. Your estimated closing costs and how much cash you'll need to close. I'll usually say, let's look at this specific property, this price point, and make sure the monthly payment and cash to close still feel good to you. This is where you give yourself permission to be honest. If the numbers don't feel right, we adjust before you get emotionally attached to the idea of an offer. Step 2, decide your offer price strategy. Once the numbers make sense, now we talk about the offer price. Here's where a lot of first-time buyers get stuck. They see the list price as the value. List price is just the seller's starting number. It's not always what the home is actually worth. When I'm advising clients, we look at recent comparable sales in the neighborhood, the condition of the home, updated, original, any obvious issues, days on market. Has it been sitting in a market or it's a brand new or super hot? And how much activity there is. Are we expecting multiple offers? Then I'll say something like, based on the comps and the condition, I would put the value roughly around 1 million. The home is listed 1.1. Here's a strong but reasonable offer range I recommend. Your goal is not to steal the property or wildly overpay. Your goal is to make a competitive offer that matches your budget, the market, and your comfort level. Step number 3, terms that matter, not just the price. Now let's talk about terms, because in many cases, it's not just the price that wins, it's the overall package. Some of the big pieces we look at are EMD, which is the earnest money deposit, how much you're putting down as a good faith deposit. Contingencies, inspection, appraisal, and loan. Timeline, how quickly you can close and how flexible you can be. Seller needs, do they need a rent back, a specific closing date? As a first-time buyer, you'll hear a lot of noise about you have to waive everything to win. That's not always true. What I'll do with my buyers is walk through each contingency one by one. Inspection, what it protects you from. Appraisal, why it matters if you're financing. Loan, making sure your financing is fully approved. Then we decide together which protections you're comfortable with and what makes sense for the market we're in right now. A smart, well-structured offer is still possible without putting yourself in a reckless position. Step number 4, what happens after you submit your offer? Okay, so we've got your price and your terms. We sign the paperwork, send everything in, and then what? Usually one of 3 things happens. The seller accepts your offer as is, yay. They counter offer, maybe on price, contingencies, or timeline. They reject it, or they go with another offer. If they counter, this is where I really step in to guide you. We'll look at the counter line by line, talk about what's reasonable, and decide whether to accept, counter back, or walk away. If they accept, congratulations, you're under contract. That's when we move into inspections, appraisal, and all the fun. All these parts of escrow. And if they say no or pick another buyer, it's disappointing, but it does not mean you'll never find another home. Part of my job is to keep you from giving up at this stage. Step 5, how I guide first-time buyers through this. This whole process can feel overwhelming when it's the first time. You're making big decisions under time pressure, a lot of money on the line. It's the biggest purchase of your life. That's why the agent you work with matters. With my first-time buyers, I break things down into clear step-by-step, explain why behind each decision, and make sure they understand before signing anything. You never should feel rushed or embarrassed to ask questions. If you ever feel like you're being pushed into something you don't understand or don't feel good about, that's a red flag. You deserve someone who will slow down, explain, and actually advocate for you. If you're a first-time home buyer and you want someone to walk you through this step by step, I would love to be that resource for you. You can find my contact information in the description below. And if this video helped, go ahead and like, subscribe, and watch parts 1 and 2 of this series so you can be confident from the beginning of your home buying journey. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. See you soon.